following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo, here I am, the Pipeman, down in South Florida for a change. You know, like I only live here, but I'm never here. And I have a special guest visitor who's going to be a special co-host on the show. And any of my pipe nuts that get out of line, he's going to put them in line. This is my 9-year-old grandson. Look at him. He's almost as tall as me. He's 9. He's going to be the next Lawrence Taylor of football, you know, and his name is Franzel. Franzel, why don't you say hello to everybody?
What's up?
He's pretty cool. So here we are, the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio. Oh, and what a wild, crazy week it has been. Oh my God, there's so much going on in the world. And we're going to talk about it today. And then we have a special guest, our resident expert in Chinese medicine, Dr. Nicole Fortin, who is also the host of The Language of Healing. And we're going to talk about dating and the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine. And so with some advice, I, the Pipe Man, probably need a lot of advice in that area for sure. So first, before we bring her on, she'll stay on the whole show, but we're going to keep her back in the green room for a little bit, like kind of keep her all cooped up while we bring the pipe nuts on. So let's bring on the pipe nuts.
Yo.
Hello, everyone.
There we have in our Louisiana studios, a state that no New York, New Jersey Italian Jew belongs. We have the Rebel Meddler.
Hello, everyone.
She's the Southerner I love to hate. and then we on the right we have our hurricane weather girl,
Yo.
Rachel, who's also a chef. So I have some advice for you, Rachel, for your next hurricane, as somebody that lives in Florida and goes through them like almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we did one year when my daughters were young is I was cooking everything on the fireplace because we had no power for a month. So we just took everything that was in the freezer. I keep the freezer closed as long as you can, and then just pulling it out. And we were living off of the fireplace and probably about 50 pounds of chicken.
Yeah, you can do that for like a day, but then even that goes bad because you don't have any way to keep it cold. So
well, that's kind of true. That's why you eat it all in one night, and then it basically covers you for the whole month.
Well, so I'll tell you, there was a guy that came to me and he said he did something really beautiful. That day that they said, okay, you got to throw it out or you cook it and eat it. He was going around the neighborhood and he said, listen, if you've got food that you're going to throw out, give it to me. I've got like 20 smokers. We're going to smoke it all. We're going to shred it up. We're going to make tacos and we're going to bring you food back for your whole family. And then we're going to bring the rest to first responders. And I was so moved by that. I thought, that's brilliant. I could do that. So of course I'd already thrown mine out when I heard this. And I went and bought a brisket and I smoked one and I brought it to my police guys over here. And it really did feel good to give back. Hey, Rebel, I wanted to ask you, it hit you after it hit me, right? Didn't it? No, it didn't go to Louisiana barrel. Oh, okay.
But
well, we were in the dark there because until like a couple days ago, so I didn't know where it went. But
it's a good point because every one of us on this show lives in the highest hurricane areas
yeah,
in the world.
yeah.
Like, we got it all covered between Texas,
Mhm.
Florida, and Louisiana. We live in massive devastation all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
It was so hot. I slept in my truck. The kids, the dog, all of us slept in the truck.
I don't mind. My
great.
Jeep has like 110 outlet in it. I have an
Yeah.
airbed. It's
It wasn't horrible.
it's
I mean,
perfect.
it sounds bad, but it wasn't that bad. It was nice to have air conditioning. It's better than inside until Ruben with Fox News brought me a big ass generator.
Let's hear from the Hispanic community. Juan, how did you fare in the Texas hurricane?
Well, it didn't affect me, but category 1 was cute.
I know, right?
I went to Wilma. Wilma was what, a 5?
That's what
Back
I
in
was thinking.
2005?
I'm like, a category 1.
But
This guy
didn't
is,
expect
that's
any-
like our everyday storm as a category 1.
But you know what? We didn't.
When it
It
hit-
wasn't
yeah.
a huge rainmaker. It was wind, and it knocked out all the power lines. The entire 2.3 million people with no power, and there's still over 50,000 people without power today.
I
So, I
want
mean,
to
it was-
find out how Canada was affected by that hurricane. So, can you please make that happen, Juan?
I sure can.
There she is, Dr.
Hello.
Nicole Fortin,
Hi.
and she's up in Canada.
She's a butthole doctor too.
Yeah.
Hello, Dr.
Yeah.
Nicole. I love you.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. Do you remember doing that promo about the butt sunning?
Yeah,
Tell us your experiences with butt sunning.
it was kind of funny and weird.
You did it?
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
did it.
God, come
Tell,
on.
tell them how it went for you when you did the butt sunning.
Not too good.
What happened?
Too much. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
See,
How
it's
long did
traumatic.
you do it? Was
Doc-
it too long?
It-
How long?
how long did you do it for?
At least 20 minutes.
Oh,
Well,
what?
you're not supposed to do it for
I
20
think it's
minutes.
isn't it like 3 seconds? We decided.
Yeah, you're only supposed to do it for like
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Like 10 seconds.
Well,
30.
No wonder you don't want to
Nobody
talk
told me
about it. It sounds like it involves another
I
kind
think
of
you,
doctor
next
afterwards.
time you need to call Dr. Nicole Fortin before you
God.
do any butt sunning, okay?
I was in a different country. How would I be able to call?
Yes.
Use your phone.
My,
FaceTime.
I
What's up?
don't have internet whenever I was doing it. I was at the beach.
So he didn't have internet
You
to
did
call.
butthole tanning at that beach?
It was a private beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so many beaches.
Nobody was there. It was just
I
me.
hope
me.
not.
And then, what was your position like? Did you like sit down? Did you do the
Show them your
downward dog?
position. Can you? She wants to know what your
We can
position
talk
was
about
like.
this with a 9-year-old.
I know, sorry. Okay, maybe that's a rude question.
I
I'm
was
just
laying on my
Show us what
stomach.
position you were when you showed your butt.
I was laying on my stomach.
Your
Okay.
stomach.
okay.
Okay, well, that would be a good idea because
You do
otherwise, you,
Pilates.
Well,
you do Pilates. She wants to know if you do Pilates.
How do you
that
do?
is.
How do you?
Can you
oh,
tell him what
well,
Pilates
if
is?
you're on your. You said your side.
No,
Stomach.
I was on my
Stomach,
stomach.
Oh, okay, like
I was-
On his stomach.
stomach. Okay, I got you. Like that.
Yeah, no, we don't want that on this show.
Oh, but we can't talk to a 9-year-old about his like butthole being in there. Okay.
Well, it's for
Gotcha.
health and wellness. You
Right.
didn't really put your butthole in there, did you?
And where?
See, he didn't do it.
Yeah, I did it. Remember, I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
Mhm. I tried it.
So, is that what people do in Florida? It's a bunch of butt sunning in Florida.
I don't even know. I live in North Carolina. I came down here for the summer.
Yeah, he's a world traveler. I just picked him up
Sounds
a
like
few
it.
days ago from the Bahamas. He was in the
Mhm.
Bahamas with his other grandparents. So lots of places to do butt sunning. Did you do butt sunning in the Bahamas?
A little bit.
Little Bahama booty time. Nice.
So we were we were
Bahama
talking about in the promo, and
Mhm.
and his sister and Franzel both were in the promo, and we were talking about ears, which we're going to talk about on this show. Okay, so Franzel, when we were talking in the promo about talking about ears on the show and having to do with the RNC, what did that mean to you?
Learning about ears, since we need to know a little bit more about our ears, because not a lot of people know about their ears.
Okay.
Like
I have a special ear model today too.
Do you know who Evander Holyfield is?
No.
He's the one that fought Mike Tyson. Do you know what Mike Tyson did to him?
Knocked them out.
No, actually, Mike Tyson got knocked down in that one, but he bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. Did you know that?
Okay, that's just a little bit way too much for Mike Tyson to do. I've watched almost every clip about Mike Tyson with my grandpa, and I've watched a bunch of them, and I never knew about that. I'm like, wait, did he knock him out, or did something else happen?
Well, you also know that the former president has a lot in common with Evander Holyfield.
I'm about to just burp into this mic at this point.
You know,
That's my style of comedy.
That's what you have to say about the former president. You want to burp? You want to burp about the former president?
Yeah.
So yeah, so the Republican National Convention is going on right now, and it's all about ears. Juan, have you been listening to Republican National Convention, or do you have a problem with your ear?
I have many problems. That one is not one of them.
Rachel, how does Texas feel about ears?
I once stuck a Q-tip in my ear, and this is so funny. It bled, and I called my friend who's a nurse, and I was like, I think I went through to my brain. And she's like, it doesn't work like that, honey. There's no way you can puncture your brain through your ear. I'm like, oh God. She's like, maybe you were just rubbing too hard. I was like, oh, well, thank God. I really did. I thought I busted through my ear. Anyway, yeah. We didn't even know, because we didn't have TV. I had to hear through the grapevine that he was even shot. And, I heard he just jumped back up. And
which, by the way, I have to give you some kudos, because you texted me. And at the time you texted me, they were saying that it didn't happen. But then we find out it did happen.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty funny memes out there, to be honest. But it's not really funny. I will be absolutely serious. I don't care which side of the fence you're on, left, right, in the middle. If you are wishing that would have been worse, that's un-American. I don't care how much you hate somebody. If you wish somebody to be ill wills, no matter how much you hate them, that makes you the problem too. That's my viewpoint. I don't care who you are. You can't sit there and say you care about human beings, and then you say you want somebody else gone. Okay. And then, we do have a lot of canceling going on this week. Okay. And so, Rebel, what do you think about the canceling going on this week?
I don't know about the canceling, but I do have to say that it's a sad state that America is in, that we think that is the way we have to handle things. To take violence, why can't you just sit down and talk about it? Exactly where was he going with this? It doesn't make sense. I don't care who you vote for. I mean, it's your business. I don't care. But nobody should want to hurt an individual like that you don't even know. I mean,
well, not only that, but the people that are saying stuff, like, either way, I don't care which way you think, like, dislike, doesn't matter. Okay. I don't like any of our candidates, to be honest. I don't like any of our politicians. I don't wish any of them ill will. I just don't want to vote for any of them.
I feel the exact same. I don't either.
It's like, what makes you a good human being? By wishing somebody else not around.
Yeah,
that's not being a good human being. I don't care who you think you are. And in the same token, like, let's all be real about it. And the fact is, it's not the American way. The American way is you vote for who you want to vote for. We have a system where you have your own opinion, and I think everybody has the right to their own opinion. And as long as they're not intentionally hurting anybody, and what this dude did was intentionally try to hurt people and did intentionally hurt innocent bystanders. And, you know, it maybe the best thing to come out of this is maybe it'll stop all this fighting, because I do see people out there now on the good end uniting right now. There's people that were not uniting before that are now uniting for the same thing that we're saying, that you just shouldn't look at human life that way. President, former president, not president, I don't care who it is. Human life is precious, and we all need to just protect the one race we have in the world, the human race.
Very true.
Even the Canadian, even the Canadians.
Yes, even the Canadians.
That's right.
Yeah, from my world, you know, division equals death. Like, it's like total separation, and there's nowhere to really go from there. So it's about how we can blend it all together, even as diverse as our opinions and things like that. But it's not good or bad. It's
no doubt.
It's a matter
and
of
so, like,
human nature.
Perfect example is Jack Black, who I interviewed years ago, and I think is an amazing human being. He's having some backlash right now because of his partner in Tenacious D, Kyle, saying something that was very inappropriate, and Kyle has now been dropped by all of his by the talent agency. The Tenacious D tour has been canceled, and Jack canceled it. You know, it's not like it was cancel culture. So I don't want people twisting that around. And Jack Black said he was absolutely like blindsided by that comment. And I even seen somebody comment, they're like, well, he looked like he was having a good time on stage. Well, you're an entertainer. Are you supposed to be looking like you're having a bad time on stage? I don't understand that. What's your take, Juan, on everything?
On the Tenacious D or the other stuff?
All of it.
All of it. Well, let's just start with the Trump thing. I think that even though what happened shouldn't have happened, something good did come out of it.
There you go.
And it's this image here of Trump in front of a flag with blood dripping down his ear. Like, I mean, they gave him the most badass photo that he can now use in his campaign.
That is like
all-American, like, you know what I mean?
Have you seen that photo yet, Franzel?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a 9-year-old in our country. This is the image of America that he has. What do you think of that picture?
Disturbing.
And it doesn't matter why somebody thinks it's disturbing, but yeah, like, he's going to win the election now, by the way. I predicted months ago that he was going to win the election. Everybody I knew thought I was nuts. I'm telling you right now, like, the stock market in the past couple days went up like almost 1,000 points based on this. Why? Because maybe this is the thing that could unite us all. Who knows? But I got to tell you, he is, as Rachel put it to me, he is a tough old bird, man, because he got up, blood dripping down his face, and put his fist up and was
yelling fight.
Yeah, you know what? I think that part of it, whether you like the guy or not, I think America also should have strength. And in that time, he showed some strength, you know, because listen, you just got hit in the ear, okay? And you're getting up and continuing the rally pretty much.
And they were saying that he would have it would have been a lot worse if he hadn't tilted his head a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So if he hadn't tilted his head, like, he wouldn't been telling the story right now.
It's and all these people that watch this guy just climb up on the roof. I don't know. But
and if you watch the video, like, you can hear after the shooting, you can hear Trump saying talking to the Secret Service people, saying, "Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes," because they wanted to like take him out of there like as fast as possible, and he was like, "No, let me get my shoes first."
I understand that because when I was in the investment business, I used to wear like $600 dress shoes, wingtips.
I don't think
I'm
Trump
not
cares about the
leaving those
cost of
behind.
$600 shoes.
I'm not
No,
leaving
I
those
think he
$600
you, but-
shoes
thousands.
behind. I'm not leaving them behind. Forget
I don't
that.
think Trump cares about $600 shoes.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
And I'm sure his shoes are worth way more
As
than
somebody
Yeah.
that traveled in his circles, yes, he 100% does. That's what he's about. There's nothing wrong with that. He is about money and power and all that. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is how capitalism is. So I don't even shame him for that. He's a New York commercial real estate developer. Money and shoes don't go very low on the totem pole there with that. He did need his shoes. How is he going to walk away barefoot? He doesn't want that look.
Somebody shoot you. I'm not going to be concerned with my $600 shoes. I'm going to be thinking of my life, and I'd be getting in the car. That's me.
You know what I thought was really funny?
What?
There was like maybe like 7 Secret Service agents around him, and he was only hugging the only female Secret Service agent next to him all the way down to the car.
Well, that serves for future locker room talk. Come on. So let's take a vote here, even from the Canadian. Okay. Would you, if you were in the same position as he was, would you leave without your shoes? Okay, we already heard Rachel's viewpoint. Rebel, would you leave without your shoes?
No, I wouldn't have had mine off.
Well,
He's came off when
nobody thought of that. That's a good one. I like that.
He didn't take them off. Like they came off when they tackled him to the ground to protect him.
Yeah, like, dude, you knocked my shoes off. Grab those, will you? Okay. Let's hear from the Canadian.
I would probably want to grab my shoes.
See?
Yeah, I don't
If
leave.
anybody's seen my shoe closet, you'll understand.
All right. First of all, my answer was not based on the price of the shoes. I don't know what I would be walking on, so I'd want my shoes.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah, but also it's like my question was like, why did he have his shoes off? But it's true if he's just like swept into fury, the shoes come off. But
exactly,
in
especially
Canada,
if you're
not
wearing
having shoes might
especially
be
if you're wearing Hey
detrimental.
Dudes, like the Hey Dudes will just come right off. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And Juan, what would you do? Would you leave the shoes or take them with you?
Somebody shoots at you.
Yeah. I would 100% leave them behind.
Yeah.
No shoes,
Who
no shirt,
cares?
no shot.
Right. Somebody
Okay.
shoots at me.
All right,
I'm
so
at
this
it.
is going to determine which one wins or if it's a tie. And I think I already know the answer because I know his mother. Okay. His mother 100% would not leave the shoes behind. Okay. But all right, Franzel. Yeah, 100%. Like she has a fetish with Air Jordans. Okay. 100%. Okay, Franzel, you're the deciding factor of the whole show here. Okay. If you were in the same situation, would you leave without your shoes or would you be concerned about grabbing your Air Jordans?
Okay, if they weren't Air Jordans and they were Adidas, I would have just left them because I would probably have Crocs in the Crocs because that's really the only type of shoes I really wear.
Okay.
And what if they were Air Jordans?
Okay, yeah, I'm grabbing my shoes. Like I care about the expensive shoes, but not the least expensive. Also, talking about Trump having like blood in his ear, that kind of happened to me the other day. So we were in the car. I was messing with my sister, like I was aggravating her, and so at the point, she punches me in the mouth, and like my mouth is dripping blood from right here. I still have the mark from her punching me in the mouth, and she just left to go to the doctor. Her foot's like swelling like really badly for some reason.
Did she kick you?
No, she used all her force. Just
I was there. Okay, I was there. This is a true story. He was annoying the hell out of her, and she's like half of his size, and she walled off and walloped him in the mouth and drew blood.
And so also talking, and then if I was a girl and she did that, honestly, I would have knocked her out by now. Not just saying, just saying. But also,
Doing great.
But you're a good boy,
doing
and you
great.
didn't hit back because she's a girl, right?
Doing great,
yes.
Grandpa.
But also one more thing. So this morning, I felt like I felt like there was like some blood in my nose because I was like scratching my nose like this, and then I felt like a bunch of pain on this side of my nose and like in this nostril. And so I went to the bathroom. I start
Was
using
it a
Q-tip.
boogie?
I found blood on my boogers, on my
Yeah, and
boogers.
your boogie.
And
I knew
and
it.
then
You got
I
boogie.
went like this, and I
Flip.
just used all my force, just blowing all of that out. I found like a bunch of chunks of blood, and I washed it out of his sink.
You should have
And
left
I'm
it.
like, oh my god, there's a bunch of blood coming out my nose, and that happened in the Bahamas. And then I also found blood in my ear while I was on vacation in the
Okay, that's enough blood. You got a lot of blood.
No, let's do some more. We're just getting started.
What else is bleeding?
my foot
My
last summer.
butthole.
So here's what I got out of all of this is that anything having a Trump always leads to boogers.
Okay.
I still have a mark of stitches in my foot. That was the worst type of blood part I've ever had. I got stitches because I was playing soccer with my friends at daycare, at aftercare. I was at aftercare. It's basically daycare. And so we were playing soccer outside, and the soccer ball went to this pool in the middle of the field. Why have a pool in the middle of the field and have a soccer ball? You're gonna accidentally hit the metal pool. I kicked tried kicking the soccer ball as hard as I can, and then my foot just bleeding. My mom, and then that same day I couldn't even walk at the time because my foot was like. So I sat there and look. Here's the other part.
He needs his own show.
And so
I have a 9-year-old. He's the same way. Once you get him cranked up and starting, there's no going away. It's like
I know, but we're running out of time.
One more thing.
Okay, one more thing.
Give him the mic.
My mom took 3 hours just to get me to the urgent care because she had to do work. Isn't like saving your son's foot instead of having him be in crutches for his whole life or in a wheelchair. So then we
dramatic.
absolutely rushed to the urgent care. That it took we were
3 hours.
as soon as we got there, I couldn't even walk inside. So the one lady was like rushing with the wheelchair, just trying to bring it to me. And so that at that time they rushed me inside of a room because like I took my shoe off. Oh my god, there's so much blood because it was like at least a six like a 10-inch like 10 all the way.
Okay, that's enough.
It was all the way inside of my foot.
And
He does that to us too.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm just treating you like a fair pipe nut here. Okay, you're official pipe nut now. Okay, now I want to talk about too. It was very sad about Shannen Doherty. Okay,
How did that happen? Was that cancer?
How did that happen? Have you been like the hurricane didn't last for 10 years? Okay, she's been fighting cancer for many years now. And
I stopped following her like when that show stopped, like many years ago. I didn't know. Yeah.
And even like her and Alyssa Milano had bad blood from that show, and even Alyssa Milano did a tribute to her. But it's always a shame with cancer. She's 53 years old, and cancer is
so young.
Cancer is a bee with an itch, and we
usually say that
it's
word.
a BI Trans Canada Highway. That's what we say here.
Yeah, because is that because Canada is a bee with an itch?
No, it's a BI Trans Canada Highway.
And where does it take you to?
Coast to coast.
Does it take you from one biatch to another? Like that's the Pipeman. That's gonna be the Pipeman route. I can have a different. You die,
so
I can have a different bee itch in every province in Canada, and I can use that. highway.
That's
right?
right.
Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
what
yeah.
that means?
Yes.
I think that
Rebel,
that's
you're
collective
shaking your
network.
head, but you know it's true.
Well, the fact that you said you can have a different one in each province in Canada, so you got them everywhere.
Yeah, he's like channeling the spirit of the emperor, the ancient Chinese emperor who had 20,000 concubines or something.
Well, my goal before I die
Yeah.
is to have a Pipeman Groupon sold in every country in the world.
And how many have you sold?
You'd be surprised. Rebel,
Oh,
you want to
shut
answer that
up.
question?
Full
Don't
of
want
it.
to answer that question because I have lost count.
Oh, please.
She was there. How many did they call in and buy them?
Yes.
And I'd have to tell them it's fake, and they can't buy it. And they didn't believe me when I told them that. Right?
I don't believe you
Rebel?
right now, and you're telling me. I don't believe
Yes, that is so true. I think we should print out coupons for that.
Right?
So they can win like a prize. This is not real. It's got to say that on the thing, but we should have that printed so you can hand them out to people.
There you go. Well, Shannen did fight a very hard fight.
Rebel.
It is sad. 53 years old, to pass away of cancer, and no matter whether you like somebody, don't like somebody, fan, not fan, cancer is a bitch, and it sucks when we lose people to cancer. So we're gonna have a moment of non-silence because that's dead air on the radio for Shannen Doherty.
Mm-hmm. We could do like a clap.
What could we do, Dr. Fortin?
A clap? I don't know.
Is that what Canadians do when people die? They clap?
No, but I was just making, I don't know,
Sorry.
an applause, celebration. The heart, the hands
these
are actually connected to the
Canadians-
heart. So it's like the hands are the heart. It's like heart filled.
So these Canadians, they sit there and they talk about how nice they are, and then they clap when people die. What is with that?
Well, no, wait a minute. Now in New Orleans, they have a big old procession of, dancing and music and everything else. So why can't you?
Are they
celebrate
clapping? There's a
And
difference.
in
That's
some
a celebration of
world,
life.
Some parts of the
Clapping
world, they'll
means you're
shoot
happy
fireworks.
somebody's dead. Okay.
Fireworks.
It could be your own way of making music to show.
Clapping is what happens when the music stops and people like the music.
That's right.
Mm.
So here's the thing. Speaking
each have their own
of a
song.
Groupon in every country in the world, we have brought Dr. Nicole Fortin on to talk about Chinese medicine and how traditional Chinese medicine can help us with dating.
Mhm.
And that one, like, I'm thinking that's kind of a fetish if you're using acupuncture during a date. But maybe that's what I was
I know,
thinking.
maybe it is a bit of a fetish to, rub and
Wouldn't that
poke
be like a red
people and-
flag if like you're on a date and they just take out a bunch of needles?
Yeah, you better run. Okay.
How about when I asked to see their tongue? It's like, show me your tongue. Show me what
No,
you're made of.
that's just awkward flirting.
Why do you ask to see their tongue? Do you do that?
Yeah, because
Why?
you can tell a lot. You can tell. Okay, that's
What
like
can
the
you
first.
see?
The first.
What do you
bit.
look for?
Well,
Let's
you can
talk about
tell. Yeah. I love talking about that.
Okay.
The tongue reflects your internal condition, your internal body. You can see a lot from a person based on their tongue health, the shape, the size, the coating. Yeah. Looks like you have
Sometimes
a
mine
blue
gets white,
lozenge.
like on the sides. Is that like dehydration or something?
Or a little like phlegm, dampness. Yeah.
I got gummy bears.
Oh yeah, I'm like, it looks blue, like a blue
Oh,
Slurpee.
right. That could be the lighting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that can be.
Everybody
it's
show
like
your tongue.
reflective of your
Dean, let's see
internal-
yours.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, look. Oh gosh. Did you have the underneath your tongue clipped? It's rather long.
It goes down to here.
No
Not at
wonder
all.
you're buying the Groupon.
I don't even have a tattoo. I don't even have a tattoo.
have tattoos either.
He's
But
a lizard.
I had an ex-boyfriend one time.
Cold
And
blooded.
now you understand. Now you understand why they want the Groupon.
That's it.
There you go. Well, that is something that someone would consider in choosing a mate. Yes.
In Chinese medicine, is that what they use?
Okay.
As
I think
it-
this is
do
why.
they- like if you go on a date in Chinese medicine, do you ask to look at their tongue first to determine whether you should go out on a date with them?
I personally would sneakily look at it, like when they're talking, or I would assess that, like
Oh
through
God.
conversation,
People talk
because
like that?
I have had too many drinks before, and just ask the whole bar, show me your tongue.
Wow. Okay, wait. Okay, so I still am confused. What are you looking for, or what do you not want to see?
Well, something really hairy, or
Harry.
or deep crack.
People have hairy tongues. When you
Well,
say
yeah,
like the
don't you? You're
coating.
supposed to be shaving your tongue. You didn't know that, Rachel?
No.
Oh, don't put that out.
I don't know. There are
You
something,
gotta-
and I
just
mean,
kidding. I'll go home and do it.
it can all be worked on, but like there's, if you've ever seen someone with a deep crack in the middle of their tongue, that can, there can be some deep emotional stuff.
Or they're doing too much sun and butt sunning.
Yeah.
How could that affect yourself?
Because they're like
connected.
Wow.
No,
I wanna touch you
but
more.
seriously, the tongue tells everything. Like when I go to my
Yeah.
naturopath, she looks at my
Where do you
tongue and she tells me everything that's wrong, and she's
Shut
like
up.
right on the money. She'll even
Yeah,
say to
because-
me, "You had sushi last night, didn't you?" I'm like,
What?
yeah.
I am fascinated.
Yeah, you can tell what somebody ate by their tongue, their skin color. You can tell what organ has a problem.
What?
You can
Really?
yeah. I
had
mean, your
no idea.
tongue doesn't lie. Your
That
tongue.
is crazy.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's why-
next to your butthole, it's the closest thing to gauging how your internal health is. I'm
I would
serious.
rather
Your
show you my
butthole does
tongue.
too? Really?
Yeah, that's an option. If you want to come see me and you want to show me your tongue or your butthole, it's up to you.
based
No, just
on
kidding. I don't want to
based
see
on
your
my butthole, I have
Yeah, I
very
would like to show you
small.
both.
Based on my butthole, I have very small problems.
Did you see
Well, if you
the,
think
did
about
you
it,
see
they
the
are
people in the
connected,
bars
right?
butthole too?
No, that was like dermatology department. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, they are connected.
Hey, everybody,
Yeah,
look at
they
Franzel trying to
Exactly.
block his ears from the earbud.
I know. Okay, we'll make this like PG. Okay.
Yeah.
Not even PG-13. That's hard.
Listen,
What do you got?
he said he likes adult shows. Listen, this kid, you catch him. Kids today, they have access to
yeah.
these devices, and they go on YouTube and they watch worse stuff than we even know what to find. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Okay, one thing I'm gonna say is, so one time I was with my friends. I was at my friend's house. They're sitting here trying to search up the worst thing a kid could ever watch. They were searching up porn, and I'm like, get off of that. I'm like, get off. Because I've gotten in trouble for
Show
doing
is
that.
not going to be aired.
And also, so my grandpa said something about
This would've-
they had. He said something about bad blood. The one thing I said was, "Oh, I remember this from Taylor Swift, because baby, we got bad blood. We used to be mad love." And then also, my friend was battling cancer. Two of my friends, both of them were my best friends. They're still in my school. One of them, she's one of the youngest ones in my class, and also, so one of my friends, he's like me and him and the girl that fought cancer that's in my class. We're all friends because we're the top in the third grade. We were the top kids in our third grade class. Like we were like the smartest kids. And
How did we get from YouTube to this? That's what I want to know. We have to get back to the guests too.
Yeah.
So tell us the last part.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay. So Nicole,
Yeah,
tell
well,
us what we need to do to date based on the perspective of Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese
well,
medicine.
and this can be relevant to a 9-year-old because, Frenzel, maybe this is something you're going to be taking care of your health and you want to live a nice, long, happy health and maybe, do all the adult things later. So you can take care of your diet and you're fun and not expend too much energy, conserve that. Another thing with the ears, okay, the ears are a big thing. I'll check out someone's ears when considering a mate. Because they
because if
tell
they're a dude with hairy ears, that's a turnoff, right?
well, that can be treated. That's like, that's fine.
What do you look for in the ears?
Okay, so you would check out the size of the ears.
Tweezers, people. That's tweezers.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, or just they go
the size,
duct tape or something.
The size.
So in general, the ears indicate the level of risk, the ability to take risk.
So big ear. Big, you see a big ear. Does that mean
big ears? Like you go to like a casino in Vegas, like you check out people's ears. Like they're probably like big. They're risk takers. And that could be with
small
could be like
ears, more conservative.
See, that's weird. That's weird because I'm a huge risk taker, and
let's see your ears.
My ears are not big at all.
Yeah, I think they're pretty fair size.
Okay, Rebel. Let me see your ears.
Maybe as a quick.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Also good.
Rebel, that when they do the Mardi Gras, he doesn't even have to put on the elf ear.
Okay, good. More rounded. Yeah, and then okay, Rachel. Oh yeah, okay.
Friendzo, let's see
you've got a little
ear.
bit of the extra point. You have a point?
like an elf?
Yeah. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings. Okay. Yeah, Friendzo, let's see. Sorry.
Let's see, Friendzo.
Okay, good. It's a good ear, good earlobe. Okay, the pointy ones is like whimsical, fun. Yeah. So that's
I've had people break up with me for being too much.
Is it whimsical fun or is
crazy.
it like it's certifiably insane fun?
I don't know.
Just borderline.
Yeah.
The line gets blurred.
Right. What else about it? It's like if they're really close to the head, they're good listeners. If they're a bit out, it's kind of like, they might hear what they want to hear. But it's also just all relative. This is all a comparison. It's not set in stone, but this is over observation over millennia. There's actually a great facial diagnosis or facial reading is amazing. Next, I would say the mouth, the lips. The mouth is the most sensual area. Yeah. So the mouth is like what we take in, our ability to take in. So it's like, maybe someone with big, full lips would, be after more like indulgence. With, like,
what about if they're from Florida? What about if they're from Florida? Because every woman in Florida has big lips. Because
those
they all
aren't real.
go to the doctor.
Right? Yeah. There's that. Yeah. Well, there's one ancient. There's in ancient practice. There's a bit of a cautionary tale for a man with a big full lower lip that indulging in things, to be cautious, not having too many women or mistresses, because that will be his financial ruin. Yeah.
So we're thinking of like Steve Harvey type, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good example. Yes. What's his history like? I don't know. Has he been married? I think he's married.
He's married, yeah.
But he might. I don't know. We don't know.
What other tips can you give us for dating?
Okay, so, well, I mean, knowing your element, knowing your personality, you can have your charts, your birth date analyzed, like astrology. There's the Western astrology. There's also Chinese astrology, which is very in depth, and you can match with a certain partner, or just know what elements maybe would help balance you out. So, but yeah, I think that, like, for the most part, it's, you want to look at, well, what's important to you? What do you value? Do you value someone that takes care of their health, is going to live a long time, or is a bit, weak and flimsy? You can tell a little bit because, it's just, we're just reading the body and expressions. What else? The eyes tell no secrets. Right?
I always say that because, that eyes never can lie. Like you can't.
And yet you always wear sunglasses.
Yeah, see, that's like a red flag.
Exactly.
Red flag. Dating. You ever been on like dating sites and it's like if someone only has pictures with their sunglasses, you're like, no, instant X.
I know, red flaggy.
Yeah.
See,
like
I can look at people's eyes and I can tell whether they're lying, whether they're thinking, whether they're making up a story, whether they're telling the truth, whether they're being devious, whether or they're multiple things like that, and you can't control it. You could have the best poker face, but you can't control the eyes.
Yeah. The eyes and the mouth are the most expressive things on our body or makeup. What else might you consider? Well, there was the thing about rituals to expel exes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's,
that's the
like,
one I
an
wanted to hear
old-
about most
Yeah,
of
so
all.
That's kind of creepy.
there's an old.
Why don't-
I
I'm so
Is there a
confused.
spell where
Oh,
I
wait,
can
wait,
expel
Why do we
expel
need to do
Rachel
this
from
to
the show?
exes?
Okay, because you want to like clear the energy and move on, right? But okay, before
Oh,
that,
uh-huh.
I pulled my expert panel on this
Mm-hmm.
dating advice, and someone pulled up from the Yellow Emperor's Classic. It's our traditional textbooks that are passed on for thousands of years, and the
Mhm.
Emperor advises, or the master, he says, in choosing a mate, the physician would be greatly remiss if he failed to recommend that his patient first sample the goods. So,
I'm all for that. That's why the Groupon's there.
yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of funny. Oh, and another one. Yeah, take their pulse. We can also check someone's pulse and see their constitution. We could tell what they've been eating and drinking and whatever.
So if they don't
Take their
have
pulse.
one, move on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Thanks, Rebel. That's like, yeah, if they're lifeless, don't go there. Unless that's what you're into. But take their pulse. If it speeds up when you sit on their lap and they remain seating, it's a good sign.
I
Now,
know
how do you go about taking
other
their
signs
pulse?
that are more apparent when somebody's sitting on their lap.
Stop it! There is a child present.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
just take,
saying.
yeah. Okay, but anyways, with the rituals to expel
Mhm.
exes, I think in many cultures, burning things is a big thing. 'Cause it
Burning
symbolizes,
his
like,
body?
anger.
What are we talking
Burning,
about?
no, like burning it. It was about.
Yeah.
Are you
specifically
talking
That would
about
get rid of them.
burning a house to the
Expel
ground?
the
No.
ex. He's gone.
That would
I
It was
definitely
more
get rid of
about
them.
this one spoke about burning their underwear specifically. So
Oh, I love
So,
that.
like,
Wearing
I
it?
don't know.
That would be
Just-
that
Is
would be a
wild
lot
if
of
you're wearing
fun.
it?
But you know what? Actually, just recently, I saw an Instagram story. I'm following someone, and they were at a divorce party recently. So they had a big,
Oh
party
yeah.
bonfire, and they were they were tossing in clothes and all, like, everything, And then at the end of the divorce party, this woman was proposed to by her new man.
God.
Jeez,
I
wonder why
heard
she's
that.
getting a divorce.
Was that
Anyway.
must have been in like West Virginia or something, right?
No, probably
No.
Louisiana.
I won't
But
tell you where that
no,
was.
seriously, I know about the divorce parties because I have a friend that did that, and I think that's the most brilliant thing ever because it was the most amiable divorce ever, and they were taking and putting a positive spin on it, and like starting and celebrating the new life instead of mourning the past life. So I think everybody should be a divorce party and have all the divorce attorneys fired because divorce attorneys. They
You're
just want
putting
to keep
energy
people
into
fighting.
something that's over. To me, it's like,
I mean, it's
Well,
like
is
this.
it-
It's a ritual of like
It's
getting
yeah,
it out.
it's better than going
don't
to
know.
court and fighting, don't you think?
you're gonna do that anyway. It's your
No, they didn't.
Oh,
that's
My
kind of
friends
reality.
didn't. They didn't fight at all. They had this party, and that was the end of their marriage, and they moved on.
Yeah,
That was it. It was one day instead of years of fighting. I think it's a better way to go. I think it's healthier.
Yeah,
You know,
it's good communication. It's not always the case,
I also,
That's a good
and my
example.
kids will tell you, I'm friends with most every person I've ever dated because, like, there's no reason to be hateful with other people. Just because it doesn't work out romantically doesn't mean you can't be friends. I- That's how you are. Yeah, and he has a lot of girlfriends. I witnessed this recently. They're all chasing after him. He's playing Xbox, and all these girls are bothering him. He's like, this girl, she just keeps blowing up my phone. His ex blows up his phone. That's what he just said. Okay, so we're at the
Okay.
end of the show, though. So,
Yes.
Nicole, why don't you tell everybody how they can reach out to you, connect you on socials, check out your website, check out your podcast, check out your live show, check everything out that is the language of healing and Dr. Nicole Fortin.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I can be found on the web at the Language of Healing podcast.com. The Language of Healing is a podcast that plays every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Women for Women Network, co-network here on the Talk 4 TV. And the Pipeman is a co-host, which is awesome. So you should definitely tune in for,
yeah, that's a disaster having me as a co-host.
Yeah, it's been interesting. No, it's always a good time. And then what else? Social medias, Facebook and Instagram. Actually, if I could build up my Facebook page, that would be awesome at the Language of Healing, because I can't air anything live stream until I have 100 followers. Yeah. So please do me a favor and go like my page.
Yes.
So help support that.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
And you awesome. Rock.
You rock. Yeah, I love you, Dr.
They should talk to you about some health advice and things that you could help them with, and reach out to you about that.
Yeah, you can reach out and we could do a little, like consult. And if you want to check out your ears or your tongue. Yeah. Show me your tongue. Send me those pictures.
I like that.
That's my new intro line when I meet a woman. That's what I'm going to do from now on. Especially at the festivals.
Well, because that's pretty close, right? I know you should.
Especially at the festivals. That's my new line, like show me your tongue. And speaking of festivals, this weekend on the Pipeman Radio Tour is Inkcarceration at the Shawshank Prison. Badass festival. Everybody, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, if they even have any left, find them and go. It's at the Ohio State Reformatory, which is where Shawshank Redemption was filmed. It was a real prison. It's haunted. There's a haunted basement that you can go to, the haunted basement while you're at the festival. There's tattooing. There's tours of the prison, all that cool stuff. And for those people that won tickets on this show, you're going to have a badass time this weekend. And next week, who knows what we're going to talk about, because this world is crazy. There's new stuff coming every day. This week, it's ears. Next week, it might be toes. We don't know. But thanks for listening. And tune in every week, every Wednesday, live, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, here on W4CY Radio to the Adventures of Pipeman. And Franzel, your final words. You only have like 10 seconds.
Okay, what I was gonna say, I have smoked a cigarette, I've vaped, and
no, that's not cool.
No, I got in trouble for all of those.
Yeah, well, what are you doing that for? That's stupid. You shouldn't even say that. That you would even say that live. We're gonna have a talk when we get off this show. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.